Sound resumed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Immolation. I am your host, Supreme Race Knowledge Guy 5000, and with me are my hangers-on. We have mostly Silent Martin on the producer end of things and directing end of things, and the man, the Maggle, the legend, the Carpathian Cowboy.
Oh, cowboy, fuck that.
Macedonian murder machine himself.
Oh, Carpathians and Macedonians. What do you think I am?
You're weird.
I mean that is true, but
you're genetically adventurous.
Genetically adventurous. I like that. I can't complain about that. I mean, I'm genetically improbable, I suppose would be the best way of putting it.
He is the Montenegrin mountain goat of mastication.
Me and my dad were talking about how my genetic makeup is predisposed to drinking and fighting, and I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Those unaware, I am a mix of the Serbian, Croatian, and Polish extraction, as well as Irish.
I am mostly Russian with some Irish, Scottish, and Dutch, so bring the noise.
Bring that noise, baby! Also, I'm a terrible,
terrible
Scott
Nick's in chat. Oh, God, what are we
Scott Nick is in chat. Yeah, he is. He's doing things.
I thought he was racing. Scott, aren't you racing?
Well, it's practice. He might be just chilling in the pit lane.
Life in the pit lane.
Life in the pit lane. What was this with Scott Nick actually running up near the front in WTCR? Like, what was that insanity? The world had lost its sanity right there for a moment, and Scott Nick was bringing the large Richard energy to the front ahead of Grande Ricardo. I don't understand.
See.
And Adrian Elias on our screen there with I still do like that livery. I mean, it's very basic, very simple. Green stripe down the middle with the Porsche kind of factory deal scheme, basically, but it works. It works really well.
Make me want some spearmint gum.
Ooh, a little bit. I can definitely see that.
Maggle, what bar is Adrian Elias?
What bar? I think he's a white chocolate after 8 minutes.
That is correct. I can support that.
Which I actually had one of those today, which is delicious. They are very good. I enjoy after 8 minutes. I enjoy white chocolate, and the combination of the two is it's a win.
I do enjoy that.
Martin, we can hear you typing. Mute that microphone.
No, you don't.
Mute that microphone.
Oh yes.
I feel like Martin would almost be better off with a push or a push to talk system, put into play. But he's using that voice activation on us again.
Voice activation, aka keyboard activation.
Indeed, we're here at Imola, as my esteemed partner alluded to, and we're going to be back here actually later this week because 3D Speed just raced here last night, and it was a good race. Imola usually produces really good racing. It's got a lot of hard braking zones. A lot of potential overtakes to be had through Variante Tamburello, Variante Villeneuve, Variante Alta, even Piratella, Tosa. Rivasa is an excellent overtaking zone as well. About the only place that I think you really... There are really two places you kind of think about the overtaking a little bit, and that's Aqua Minerale and Variante Alta.
You need some Aqua Minerale to wash down all those different pasta dishes you just named.
Indeed. Me and Javier Perez Torres have dubbed Aqua Minerale the Expanse term because you gotta feel that aqua.
Here comes the juice.
Nicholas Cortez, is that a new name to us, or is that somebody who's raced in this series before?
No, I'm pretty sure he's been here a couple times.
Okay.
He's shown up a couple times, and I believe I made Cortez the killer jokes.
We got Pedro Magalesh. Well, I mean, I feel like you're probably right. I don't know. Seemed like a bit of a new one. Roman Barthez right now at the top of the time charts, although only so much can be said. We have 20 plus minutes left of practice. A lot of people haven't put lap times up there yet, so I'm not overly taking that as gospel that he's near the front.
Well, it's just practice, and then they got to go through the disqualifier round, and then they got to get.
It will be interesting actually because we just raced here in ACC with the same cars, GT3 car, or not the same cars, but slightly quicker cars, full on GT3s. This is Carrera Cup GT3s, but it'll be interesting to see what the lap time difference is because right now it looks to be about 3 seconds, roughly.
92.5 minutes.
As we join Serge Hendricks, the other Dutch racer. Yes, that was really harsh. I apologize, Serge. But he's currently got a decent lap going there. 0.6 off in the first sector. Second sector should end right about here. Oh. Assuming ACC and Raceroom use the same sector markers. And they apparently don't, because so in ACC, the sector marker for Sector 2 is halfway through Aqua Minerale. Here it's right before Varianti Altas. That's interesting. So slightly different timing lines going on here.
All right, our full ESR team is Pedro, Ariel, Scott, Nick, Simeon, Serge, Guido de Palma, and Josiah. Out is Richard DeRouche.
Josiah. ESR's Very White tribute band.
We got Mintruso here in chat. He's waving the drinks around. It's 2:08 in Poland, where he's from, and he's cheering for De Palma. Go ESR.
Interesting. We got a De Palma fan club out in Poland. Intriguing.
Polish power. Mm-hmm. Free behemoth.
Indeed. We can handle the chat, Martin. give us the video. Give us the video.
All right. So who's logged in?
Well, right now it is. We got me and Byron here under our regular accounts, and then we got you in the admin account. Pedro Magalesh, not repping the ESR in his name there, but it's okay. Duke Leto Gomez. Oh God,
here you go.
And he hit one of the yellow curbs, and I'll give you a secret here: the yellow curbs around Imola will murder the car really quickly.
Medruso is from Uruguay, but he's living in Poland right now.
That's an interesting transition.
I'm going to go with that's an esports move right there.
Could be.
Either that or he just wanted to be somewhere where he could literally not look anywhere there wasn't a church.
I mean, that's true. So 24 and a change minutes to go here in the practice session. Barthez, Terbarelli, Magalesh, Gonzalez, Hendricks, Cortez, Elias, and Bonfi, all with lap times. So the Bonfi, that hopefully is not a representative time because he's something like 10 seconds off the pace.
Bonfi over Baghdad. Yeah.
We pick up Josiah Jerome, sporting the Trinidad and Tobago flag today. And Octavio Terbarelli has put up a purple first sector, so this will be interesting to see what he can do here as he heads through Piratella down to Aqua Minerale. So which one of us is Diogo and which one of us is Miller for any Aqua Minerale jokes we do there, Byron?
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go with get to be Koliakovo.
Oh, Koliakovo.
I don't know what that means either.
I mean, that means you're Carlo Koliakovo, I guess?
I don't know.
A Toronto Maple Leaf who sustained repetitive injuries throughout his career and really did nothing.
Oh, see, there you go. I thought, for some reason or other, all these Italian names are rattling around. I'm like, Koliakovo. Why did that show up in my brain? Who is that? I don't know. Say it out loud. Michael, tell me.
Yeah, Canadian defenseman, Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, I mean, Emilio's good. That's not helpful.
Well, the founder of ESR, Emilio.
Ah, that Emilio. Okay.
Yeah, Colavino, or is it?
I wasn't around at the time, so I cannot tell you. I've actually, I have never interfaced with Emilio.
I still talk to him couple times.
But Carlo Koliakovo is probably what Byron was thinking about.
Yeah, probably.
He was a pretty hyped up defenseman back in the day until injuries just like he took pucks everywhere. I guess is what it comes down to.
Not supposed to do that. I mean, I guess he is. He's a defender, right? That's what you said.
Jay McKee was the master of taking pucks off of every part of his body and not getting hurt somehow. Never really understood that. Probably because like I remember Jay McKee literally had like special, only he wears these pads, and to save himself from the constant shots to the knees, ankle, wrist, forearm, shoulder, groin.
I did that a couple times we were playing ball hockey in gym class in junior high, out on the lacrosse courts. And don't go down on those because they hadn't been repaved in like ever, so that's fun. But I can't remember who it was. I always played defense, and one of the fancy stick handling I actually play hockey guys was coming down, and he took a wrist shot, and I just reflexively stuck my leg out to block the shot, and took that ball right on the inner thigh. I was in so much pain.
There are worse places to be hit, but yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Later on that week, I had got a massive donut bruise on the inside of my thigh, and it happened. Same thing happened again. He's coming down the court and took a wrister, and I didn't even hesitate. I didn't think about it. I just stuck my leg out again. Boom! Almost exactly the same spot. I more guts than brains, I think.
I mean, everyone's got a gym story like that.
Hey, Leandro's in the chat. What up?
Leandro Caro.
See.
Pedro Magalesh going through Ravaza. I think he might have had this lap scuppered a little bit by the car ahead of him, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty reasonable third sector, actually.
Pedro Magalesh in the Marlboro livery.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Very much 1970s, 1980s McLaren colors.
Tips spoiler, McLaren.
Which Byron is familiar with from the Rush movie.
Correct. And the all-time classic of racing accuracy, Driven.
Oh boy. Simultaneously yes and no.
Who is the other guy in that movie? Not Sylvester Stallone, the young up-and-comer guy? Who was that?
I remember the character name, but the actor is not coming to my brain right now.
I'll look it up. Like, I'll find out who it is. But my brain immediately wants to put Chris Hemsworth in that movie too.
It is not Hemsworth, I can assure you that.
No, but it's somebody who kind of should have looked a lot like him.
Not nearly as muscular. Kip Pardue was the actor. Also in the movie, the lovely Estella Warren, Gita Gershon, Till Schweiger, Christian De La Fuente, and Burt Reynolds.
Huh. I
didn't realize that Robert Sean Leonard was in that movie, a.k.a. Wilson from House.
Oh, it's the Sunshine from Remember the Titans. There you go.
It is the Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
All right, I know who that is. Yeah, he's like a young, thin Hemsworth.
And for racing fans, there were a number of cameo appearances, including Jean Alesi, apparently, which I don't fully understand why he would be in there, because he wasn't in kart. He was a Formula 1 driver at that time. But Jacques Villeneuve, Juan Pablo Montoya, Adrian Fernandez, Mark Blundell, Roberto Moreno, Kenny Brack, Tony Kanaan, Mauricio Gujolum.
Now you're just reading the entire thing.
Paul Tracy, Dario Franchitti.
Stop.
Michelle Jourdain Jr.'s scene apparently got deleted. That's a little bit rough.
You're out of control.
Tonight, I imagine them with whiskey in hand. I mean, Leandro, that's every night. Pedro, by the way, has taken over the top spot in the standings by a fair bit, 5/10 of a second over Romain Barthez. So, interesting there.
Don't count, still practice.
It is still practice, but we're getting to the point where, I mean, we know Pedro usually at the front, so we're getting an idea, an informed concept of where the pace is.
No, I specifically paid Hendricks to sandbag.
Vic Vega loses control of the car at Varianti Alta and ends up on the runoff there.
Who wants to block with Elias?
Oh, please don't do that, please.
It's not going to stop. It's not ever going to stop.
Oh, I want that to go away.
So how about that big show?
That big show going to AEW, that's gonna be really interesting depending on how they use them. Hopefully,
just put the strap on him, have him torch everybody known to mankind.
I probably wouldn't do that, but
have him join the Jurassic Express.
They've been talking about him doing commentary, actually, which I think could be quite interesting.
Oh yeah, that dude can do anything.
100%.
I don't think he can giant salt anymore, but anything else.
Yeah, no, can't giant salt. But there are people who are like, he can't work in the ring. I'm like, he's 500 pounds. He doesn't have to work in the ring.
He's not 500 pounds anymore.
Well, not anymore, but like, he's still huge. Is my point.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, the last time I saw anything, he had worked out a ton. It was starting to get like BJ Penn shape.
Yeah,
like
he's probably
3 or 4 abs.
Yeah, he's probably around 400, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I think the last time I heard anything, he was in the like low 400s, like really low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Because, like, I can't imagine like him below 400. Can you?
I'd like to. Probably... I think it'd be a good move. I think he'd get down to like 375.
Talked about him doing a program with Shaq, which was rumored repetitively in WWE.
Yep.
Which would be interesting.
Sign up, do the Floyd Mayweather part 2, and then this time Big Show just gets to like go off script.
Leito Gomez. That was a very good first sector. He's only about 2/10 off of Magalhães' time. Might have a run here for something high up. Although, again, we're still only got 8 times up on the board. Definitely need to see more times before we really figure out how things are going to shake up. But we know Leito's quick, and it'll be good to see him put up a good time here.
Joke's on you. Only 6 people showed up.
As he comes across to end Sector 2. Good. Still within a set. Oh, never mind. Loses control at Varianti Alta, and Alta will probably claim a couple of people. Leandro, I know you sent me Nicholas Ali. I've been talking to him, getting him stuff up. I mean, I will bully him to the fullest extent of my abilities. He'll be on the grid for Suzuka on Saturday, I do believe, which I need to get some more practice in for. I'm at the point where like my lap times are pretty consistent around Suzuka, but they're not very fast. So I need to find a little bit more out of the Audi, and hopefully bring home some silver glory for myself. Leandro Gomez has been here for a while, and he seems to, or not Leandro, Leito Gomez Martinez. Sorry, Leandro, getting a little messed up there. Seems to keep invalidating his laps. I wonder if that's specifically a Varianti Alta problem, or if he's just kind of like on the super push mode. Enrico Bonfi making his way through Piratella down to Aqua Minerale. Aqua Minerale is a super difficult turn to get right. You could lose a lot of time through there. Very difficult double right-hander.
I'm waiting for that quintuple right-hander.
Wouldn't that just be like a complete circle?
Kind of.
Mateus Gonzalez. Ooh, really good second sector from Gonzalez. What can he do here in the third? Probably going to go about second quickest here, I think. And coming across the line, it is going to indeed
be a time.
Be apparently only fourth quickest, so not a good third sector. Still behind Magalesh, Barthez, and Taraborelli. As Enrico Bonfi comes to the line with what I have to imagine is a much improved time, but then I look at his time and realize it's almost 2 minutes. What is he doing in that third sector that is so terrible? I don't know.
I'm going to stop off and get a corn dog, man.
I mean, I don't know about that because he's losing like 9 seconds in there, though, which is
corn
huge.
Dog. Corn dog.
But the laps are legal, so it's not like he's going off the track somewhere. It's just something is not clicking. As Vic Vega works his way through Varianti Alta, he's got a
corn dog.
He's got a time. Nothing special. We were just myself and Wayne Hutchison were discussing, and I'll put this out to the chat. Who do you guys think is going to be the rookie of the year in IndyCar? I know Byron doesn't really have an opinion on this.
It's going to be that young, trim Trevor Linden.
Well, it's a really interesting rookie of the year class because you got Jimmy Johnson, multi-time NASCAR champion, is a rookie in the field. Romain Grosjean, Formula One driver with podiums to his name, is a rookie in the field. And former V8 Supercar champion Scott McLaughlin is also in the field. So you've got those three vying for Rookie of the Year contention. And I think both me and Wayne settled on Scott to be the most likely to take it home. But I'd be very interested to hear what other people have to think as we kind of just roll down practice here.
Wait, Jimmy Johnson, the guy from the Cowboys?
No, not that Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, the guy who sold all the sausages?
No, not that Jimmy Johnson.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I do know that. I do know what I'm talking about sometimes.
I think you're clearly insane.
I mean, Jimmy Johnson is the most famous celebrity crossover onto Survivor, so there is that. It's either him... It's him or Jeff Kent, I guess, when it comes down to it. Or Clifford Robinson.
Robert Clifferson.
I mean, our favorite celebrity crossover on Survivor was John Hennigan, but that's just because we got the whole scene of him naming off all of his wrestling nicknames.
This would be true if you would have let me watch that season, but you didn't.
I did let you
Nope.
let you watch that season.
Nope.
We watched it until Hennigan got voted off.
We did not. You wanted to watch the season, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm in. And then you just never, ever,
all right,
ever...
We should go back and watch that season.
I was down at the time.
We'll do that. Mike White's also in that season from School of Rock.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the Jack Black's School of Rock movie is? I'm not sure if you're serious right now.
All right. No, that rings a bell. I probably watched that at some point.
So what he's known. It's the movie he's known for. Mike White's more of a writer than an actor, but he does have some acting credits to his name. Goofy looking fucker. RG for rookie. Okay, so we got a Romain Grosjean vote from Mintruso. Jimmy Johnson is in Ron Jeremy. I don't know what you're getting at with that one. Please explain. Serge Hendricks has got himself a fairly good-looking time here, depending on what he can do in the third sector. Might be able to sneak into the top 5, and he does, displacing Ariel Zatoni. But it is still Pedro Magalhaes who has the top time. And Octavio Taraborelli has put up a personal best Sector 2. We'll see if he can better his time. It will be hard, though. He's going to need a good third sector here as he heads through Ravazza. And I think he got a little bit wide there. But we'll see. Coming to the line. Waiting for that moment of the race where they start singing. I mean, it'll probably happen at some point. Oh, that was a very good third sector by Taraborelli. Actually, closed the gap nicely up into third place, or into second place. Very nice. Duke Lato, in the meantime, still has not put up a legal time. You think it's a great ruse where he's just trying to not show his speed, or what's going on here, Byron?
Well, I mean, I told everybody to sandbag, so I'm surprised we're not seeing like 4-minute lap times.
I mean, this is beyond sandbagging. This is like this is completely invisible.
I demand the finest of sandbaggery.
Max Simmons, get your ass in here. We require someone to show him how it's done.
This week's video is sponsored by Goat Meal, the only breakfast treat made out of entirely ground up ungulates.
So Joaquin Juanarena is stuck updating the game.
Oh, that is harsh.
Yeah.
Always sucks when you hop on for an evening race and and it's like the game requires an update. You can go fuck yourself.
Much.
It's actually it's part of the reason we stopped using Raceroom for the 3D Speed Series. They decided that Wednesday was going to be their drop day, and it was like, we're kind of getting tired of people missing the races because they have to update. Probably should go to a different game. Although it seems like ACC is doing the same thing to us. Actually, the last 2 rounds they've dropped an update on the day of the race. So that's been a bit unfortunate.
Gonna have to move your races to 3 a.m.
No, we're not going to do that. Justin XX. Really, Justin, I feel like you need a last name there. It's not XX, but...
That's true.
Or I mean, if you could do it, commit to the bit fully and get the triple X in there.
Or at least spell out the word redacted.
Mm-hmm. That would work. Justin Redacted. Excellent name.
Martin would like to let everybody know that he didn't want to say it out loud, but he's going to go get some coffee.
I was actually watching the third Triple X movie. God knows why. I really don't care for that movie, but it has Michael Bisping in it, so I'll go with it. And Donnie Yen.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It just wasn't quite a Triple X movie.
I enjoyed the part where Ice Cube's character showed up with the has been waiting 3 years for someone to dial 7. This is probably the most badass crew of like cast of all time. When you put Michael Bisping, Donnie Yen, Tony Jaa. That's who I'm thinking of right there. Tony Jaa in the same movie. That's badassery right there.
Yarp.
I mean, probably one of the Expendables casts is technically more badass, but it's still pretty close. I was explaining to Javier. I don't remember how we got on it, but we were talking about moments when you know you're screwed or whatever, and we were talking about like I know what it was. We was talking about guillotine chokes. And I was talking about the McKenzie team, of course, because Cody McKenzie.
The deadliest catch.
And then I was trying to find him the dude who tried to Imanari roll Imanari, and I couldn't find the clip. I really need to find that clip desperately. Everyone out there in Chatland, if you find the Imanari roll on Imanari, let me know because I need that clip. But that was like the greatest moment of in MMA history of I see I've been around long enough that you don't actually remember who I am. I'll be removing your leg now.
Fucking yoink.
It's actually Imanari's like only win in the last like 3 years, but it's like you tried to Imanari roll Imanari, you fucking idiot. What do you think about Sage Northcutt possibly fighting Shinya Aoki? Is Aoki washed enough to lose that fight or what?
It all depends on how serious Sage Northcutt's actually continued to take training and learning things, and B, can he get Sage Northcutt to the ground? Sort of all those things hinge together.
I think it's honestly more B and related to B. How much is Aoki just faded physically? Because I don't think you need to be substantially. I don't think you need to be any better than what Northcutt was to outstrike Aoki. Question, yeah, it does go back to like if it hits the ground, Aoki will strangle you with your own spleen.
Correct. With his magic pants.
Pretty much. Give De Palma some love. I'll give De Palma some love. Don't worry. The love will come. The love will come.
You won't have a choice.
Nicholas Cortez currently in 8th place. Heading into... he's got a good lap here. 1.4 off. So he just needs a decent 3rd sector. And he might... Well... Maybe not. He probably will improve his time, but I don't think he'll improve his position because I just looked and saw that Gomez Martinez is ahead of him, who is 1.6 off of pole. So I don't think he'll move up, but should be able to better his lap time a little bit here. By a couple of tenths anyways. We'll see. Coming to the line now. And... oh. Okay. The lap didn't seem... oh, we ran out of time. Okay. I didn't see the zeros on the clock. That's what's happening. All right, we're into qualifying. This is when things are going to start to matter, of course, because we've got... obviously, grid positions up for grabs, and Gojo Sai Jerome. Roman Barthez heading out there for Esports Racing Argentina, which has been the dominant faction in this championship so far.
Is that because they've been booked to go strong?
I mean, there may have been some booking. There may have been some favoritism.
Are they deliberately putting it on Argentinian servers just to mess with everyone else? Because that's a good move.
I think I was told the server is in Ohio, so that is not the case.
Ohio?
So
all they got there is serial killers.
No, I think there are other states that would have to be the home of the serial killer.
Shockingly, no.
Really?
It's either Ohio or Iowa. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Interesting. Would not have expected that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, what is happening in Ohio? Can we do some studies, please?
I mean, Cleveland is there.
Correct. They should form one megastate, and they will call it Ohio.
I mean, I don't even know if that'd be a mega state based on Ohio's relatively sparse population.
Wow, just because the serial killers got them all.
I mean, we may have stumbled onto something here. Ohio's population growth may be stifled by the high number of serial killers.
These are true statements. As a true crime aficionado, Ohio's not somewhere I want to go. Like, if I was in a band, I'd go play a show and then leave. Like, I'm not staying.
Yeah, no, I can definitely feel you on that. Kind of just waiting for people to get up to hot laps here before we really start talking about the action and the implications. So don't mind us, we're just filling time. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be trapped in a Discord server with me and Byron, you are finding out. It's not really any different than this.
Let's see. According to crimecapsule.com, great name, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's this really wordy article. I wanted stats. Number one, Alaska.
There. Oh, number one, Alaska. Okay. Makes sense. Alaska is a place that people go to seek away from basically government supervision, frankly. And there would be a certain level of appeal to a serial killer in that regard.
All right, so maybe I'm a little off here. So number one, Alaska. Number two, Nevada. Number three, Florida. Kind of saw that coming.
Not surprising.
Number four, California.
Not surprising.
Number five, Washington.
Slightly surprising.
Number six, Oregon. Number seven, Louisiana. Oh, so I was way off. I just I had heard tales, and Ohio is always the one everybody mentions.
Oh, Duke Lato getting a little bit off the track there. He had a good lap going. So that's a shame. He's still parked at the side of the road. What's up with that? Okay, he's underway now. I think he's just letting people through. Enrico Banfi, still no one has posted an actual lap time here. We've got a bunch coming across the line now that hopefully will give us an idea of what's going on.
Okay, so this is on a per capita basis.
There we go.
Like total.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, per capita is at the end of the day what you have to judge by, because total is always going to favor just states with high populations.
That's true, but now I want an actual most per state, not most per capita.
Well, most per state, I'm going to guess is Florida, just because they were number 3 per capita and they are one of the higher populated states.
Nope, California.
California would have been my second guess, yeah, with them being 4th.
California was 1,628 serial killings.
Mm-hmm.
And then California is 1,628. Texas with 893. The drop-off is dramatic.
Whoa, okay.
Ohio is number 4 on the list.
Okay.
Behind Florida, Illinois, New York, and then Ohio.
Okay. Josiah Jerome with a pair of purple sectors on the board, although they may not be purple now after Magalesh just went 1.4 seconds faster than anyone else has gone. Let's see what Josiah can do here, though. Oh, might have invalidated the lap there. Maybe not. Looks like the lap may still be good. Coming to the line. I don't know how you get so wide at Ravazza, though, Josiah. Oh, second quick is nice. Magalesh way out in front right now, though, by 1.4 seconds as we pick up him, and he's gone even faster in the first sector, 0.2 up.
Would you like to guess the state with the fewest serial killer victims?
Vermont.
No, but they're near the bottom.
Well, I mean, just population-wise, they have to be. Who is the bottom?
South Dakota.
Yeah,
7. Hawaii is also tied for second to last. We got New Hampshire and Hawaii with 10 each. Because who really wants to get all killy in Hawaii?
Fair enough. I would have thought Hawaii would have been higher just on a population level.
Possibly. North Dakota is tied with Vermont for third least with 11 each.
I figure Montana should be near the bottom. Wyoming?
Yeah, it's near the bottom, but it's not at the bottom. Rhode Island has way more not way more than Montana, but Montana has way more than Rhode Island, and Rhode Island's not that big. Rhode Island has 25, which is kind of a lot for a place no bigger than my backyard. Coming in strong, Louisiana with an even 300. Just briefly scrolled through the list. Like, oh, there's an even number. That's weird. Oh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is the winner at 420.
420, brah.
We got a 365, but we got no 360. Georgia has the 365.
There you go. All right. Well, Magalesh now 6 tenths ahead of Barthez, and our boy Guido de Palma, third place.
Hey, Guido.
Mateus Gonzalez, Ariel Zatoni, Josiah Jerome. I'm sorry, I don't remember your first name, but Julian Gonzalez Porres.
It's
Sir
George Julian
is
Gonzalez
George.
Pella
Oh, okay.
with a J.
Gonzalez getting dropped to 8th by Serge Hendricks, Adrian Elias, and Nick. Is it Nick Cortez? Nicholas Cortez? Who's in 10th place?
Let's have a quick look here. In 10th,
It is
we have
indeed.
Nicholas Cortez.
It's
All right.
Scott Nick Cortez.
Interesting.
We got 20 drivers on the server as of right now. ESR has 7 drivers. Mr. Simeon Naku just showed up.
Simeon Naku, man, not that guy.
Always the last man to the party, Simeon Naku.
It will be Simeon as you've never seen on him before.
The problem with that line, and it's a good line, don't get me wrong, but the problem with it has been, I feel like we've seen Simeon do absolutely everything in the racing at this point.
Yeah, but I think this
highs.
week he's got at least 3 grams of cocaine, and he's going to just go, wow!
We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, we've seen everything in the middle. Like, we honestly have seen Simeon do just about everything possible in a race car. As we pick up Octavio Taraborelli, who's got a purple first sector there, although less than a 10th up, so be interesting to see what he can do. He is heading through Piratella down towards Aqua Minerale. There is Aqua Minerale.
That
So
is,
he's coming
I
to the-
believe, Italian for crunchy water.
No, but you know, good call. Good call.
Brian Anderson's cheering for your boy Scotch Nicholas.
He usually is. Where is Mr. Scott Nick? He's down in 10th place at the moment. Gotten a lap time up since we last looked at that. Taraborelli with a really bad second sector, so I don't think this lap is going to do him any good.
No cry por mi Taraborelli. The truth is I'm on the cocaine. Oh, sorry, this is Argentina, not Colombia. My bad. I got confused.
I don't think we have any Colombians for you to work with.
What do you mean work with? Who are you talking to? Are you wearing a wire?
No.
I need to have him searched immediately.
We've been through this. The police can't get a wire on me.
This is true.
Serge Hendricks has got a personal best in the first. Ooh, I don't like that run through Piratella. Did not carry anywhere near enough speed through there, I don't think.
I can't wait till you have to see Taraborelli through Piratella.
Aqua Minerale got a little bit too much curb there. Also felt a little bit slow. We're heading up to Variante Alta, though. He's going to want to break around the 50-meter board. There we go. That's good. He's going to want to take a lot of curb, but not too much curb. That's pretty nice. The second part wasn't great, though.
DC's coaching again.
He's only 1.1 off. Might have a chance to go through up. What was that about coaching?
I said DC's coaching again.
Well, that's good.
No, as in you, sir, are announcing very loudly so that perhaps maybe somebody could hear you and take your advice.
No one. I don't think there's anyone available for that. But if you want to take my advice, go ahead. But I don't know how to go faster in this track, so you might be asking the wrong person.
You have been immolated.
Here comes Guido De Palma, who just has to get through Ravassa, and he'll be at the end. He's got a good lap going here. Only he's within a tenth of pole position right now, so it's a very good lap.
Hey, mostly silent Martin on producing. For the next race, can we get that changed to Byron Gigante for like our Spanish viewers?
Okay.
Just an idea.
Second place for Guido, and
hey, Guido!
I fully support the Byron Gigante.
Whatever the Spanish translation of giant is, would be funny.
I believe it is Gigante, isn't it?
I believe so. Well, I mean,
so.
It might even be pronounced Gigante.
That'd be the Portuguese pronunciation, I think.
Could be. Well, I mean, that might be funnier.
Roman Barthez with a purple first sector. Let's see what he can do here in the second sector.
Well done. Well done. Ask and ye shall receive.
There we go. Heading up to Variante Alta for Roman Barthez. See what he is at the second sector. Yeah, okay, 3/10 down. Might be able to wrestle second place from De Palma, but I don't think he's a threat to pole right now.
What kind of match?
Everything on a pole match.
It's Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match.
Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Pole on a pole match.
Man, there's no one with the last name Russo. Otherwise, this would be great.
Yeah.
We apologize in advance to anybody with the name Russo, whoever shows up for one of our commentaries. We are going to go off on everything on a pole.
You go get roasted. And we're not even really that sorry.
We're not that sorry, no.
Especially if you're Russian.
I was at a party once and someone introduced someone to me with the last name Rizzo, and I heard Russo, and I was like, excuse me? Is there a pole somewhere?
Start calling him Vic Venom.
Pedro Magalhaes trying to get back on pole. Josiah Jerome is taking pole from him, and there he does it. 3 purple sectors, and Pedro is back on the pole position. Luciano Ichazo.
Sir, this is a Spanish group. I think you need to say Paolo position.
Paolo position. Excellent, excellent. Roman Barthez doesn't... Oh, there we go. Does have a time going. 2/10 off at the end of the first sector. What is it at the end of the second sector? 5/10. Probably not a threat, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depends on who you're cheering for, I suppose.
Oh, dang. I just checked to see what our schedule looked like, and we don't have one for April 1st. I just thought of an awesome April Fool's prank to pull.
I mean, there's got to be something in that area, isn't there?
Well, I mean, so here we are, the Anglo-speaking commentary group for these mostly Espanol racing bunch of shenanigan heads, majestic and svelte as they are. But I thought it'd be really funny to get like Javier to come in, and we'll just turn his mic way up so you can't hear us at all, and it's just him speaking. Well, you can hear us in the background, but it's mostly him speaking Spanish and translating what we're saying. But he's all like way up and a little distorted.
Interesting.
It's like really horrible Mexican radio. Anybody knows that song? It's stuck in your head now.
Yeah, it is.
I'm on a Mexican radio. Also covered by, of all bands, Celtic Frost.
Indeed.
What the fuck?
Celtic Frost does weird things every so often.
They are majestic human beings. Swiss. One of the few Swiss metal bands I know. Mr. Bounty might want to enlarge in our Swiss metal categories.
Feel free. Mateus Gonzalez, currently in 5th place. Good first sector. We'll see what he can do here in the second sector as he comes up to Piratella. And then heads down to Aqua Minerale. A double right-hander there. I love that view, actually, of the Aqua Minerale.
Look. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in qualifying. That means we're about to go live here in about 30 seconds. Oh, no, wait.
that's when we're doing the post recaps. Scott Nick.
Sorry.
Heading through Ravassa.
The eternal clock.
On board with
Scott Nick. Gross.
Coming to the line. I don't see any times being brought up, so this might be a warm-up lap for him. All right, into Sector 1 we go. Scott Nick heading down towards one of the most dangerous turns in all pro motorsports, Tamburello. Makes it through there. Next up, Variante Villeneuve.
Villanueva.
Makes it through there nice and easy. The second part of Villeneuve is very difficult, I must say. But Scott Nick handles it with class. Next up is Tosa. He's about a second off at the end of Sector 1. Does not bode super well, but we'll see what he can do. Next up is Piratella. And then it will be Aqua Minerale.
Crunchy water.
It's a very slight break into Aqua Minerale, then the break there. Hard up the hill. Want to get great RPMs down there. And Variante Alta is next up, also known as the Brody Breaker.
What about Pro Alta?
Literally speaking, this turn is basically the Brody Breaker from our old
That's fucking hilarious.
Kart tracks.
There's just that one rock that only he ever hit.
No, Mustang also hit it. It just wasn't as
right.
funny.
Brian Anderson in chat is giving me the shock face that Celtic Frost covered Mexican radio. They did. It's ridiculous. It's your boy Tom G. Warrior just going, I'm on Mexican radio! And it's like, it's not really close to the original, but it's entertaining and you'd probably enjoy it.
All right, grid rundown as time runs out here. Pedro Magalash out at front, followed by Josiah Jerome, Octavio Taraborelli, Roman Barthez, Guido De Palma, Mateus Gonzalez, Ariel Zatoni, Leito Gomez Martinez, George Julian Gonzalez Pila in 9th place, and then Serge Hendricks 10th. Scott Nick will start from 11th place. Nicholas Cortez, Adrian Elias, Justin XX, Luciano Echazo, Enrico Banfi, Vic Vega, and Mr. Correa at the back of the pack that posted a lap time.
Isn't the Pela like the organization?
By the way, super excited to see Juan Manuel Correa on the Formula 3 grid for next season. I'm going to be cheering for him in an immense way. Those who are unaware, Juan Manuel Correa was the other driver involved in the accident that claimed the life of Antoine Hubert at Spa but 2 years ago. And he, after having his leg horribly mangled in that accident, is returning to professional racing. So,
huzzah!
Would love to see that kind of results come through. Hopefully, he does well. I'd be very happy with that.
As I understand it, they've replaced his original leg with a kangaroo leg, and he's so overpowered that they must saddle him with thousands of kilograms of ballast.
Unfortunately, to counteract that, we also get Alessio Delade in Formula 2, which is Disappointing. We'll go with that.
I don't know what that means, but I can guess.
Deleta is the racing driver who is busted recording himself and posting to his Instagram account him doing 250 I can't remember if it was kilometers or miles. I hope it was kilometers. Really do. On a Italian highway, overtaking a Toyota Prius, and had all kinds of problems, but of course he has a tremendous amount of personal money, and therefore somehow his career has survived.
I was really hoping that you were about to say that it was on the Autobahn. I'm like, whatever. Oh, on an Italian highway. They don't have those there. That's not a... That's a really, really well-packed dirt road.
And I can quote this without even looking at the Wikipedia article. The Wikipedia article for Alessio Deleta has this to say about his career. Alessio Deleta has been competing in professional motorsport for around 5 years with no notable results. That is the type of driver we're talking about.
He is an Instagram driver.
Let's put it this way. He raced in, was one of the Formula Renaults, I'm pretty sure. He raced every race and finished in 36th position, which immediately doesn't sound very good. Immediately doesn't sound good. I'm going to make it worse. There were only 30 cars on the grid.
Ooh.
So, despite racing every race, he finished outside the standard grid number.
Yeah. So essentially, he's the Mike Perry of racing.
No. Sadly, there are other people that probably count as the Mike Perry of racing. If we're being honest, there are various race car drivers who have had physical encounters with people that they should not have had. Bertrand Gachot and his famous gassing of a London cabbie comes to mind.
Well, they gave him a full-on Dutch oven, or like Zyklon B?
CS gas.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, all right. Well, fuck. Prison for you.
Yep, he was in prison, and that's how Michael Schumacher got his F1 debut. He replaced Gachot in the Jordan team.
Very nice.
Like
Scott's in chat here saying he didn't qualify well, but he hopes to play it smart and at least bring up the rear flank of ESR.
He's just outside the top 10, so it's not too bad.
We lost Guido de Palma.
No, Guido. No.
Is he dead?
Probably pinged out, unfortunately.
Dang it.
He says expelled or expect.
He's been expectorated.
Yeah. So he got expelled from the server, so he cannot rejoin and warm up.
Yeah. No, well, Raceroom servers lock at warm up, so yeah, there's nothing that can be. They'd have to restart the server to get him back in, and the unfortunate reality is that the server, if the server kicks you once, it probably will do it again, unless you can locate the problem.
Simeon the Moldovan massacre machine.
Mm-hmm. I've been shit talking Simeon in the 3D Speed series, so I got to be nice to Simeon today. So, we're cheering for Simeon.
Could he even it out?
Got to even it out a little bit. The only person I don't even it out with is Matt Higgs, who I will just always shit talk.
Wow, rude, but probably necessary. Let's get this race underway. I'm running out of gin.
Basically, if Matt Higgs ever wins an ESR trophy, it's going to be, by God, it's Mike Magus with a chair.
You're just going to, like, if he's near the front, you're just going to drop slowly to the back of the pack and pull a brakie.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would totally ruin the trophy presentation.
Oh, I had car damage and I could no longer maintain the speeds, and then you came around the corner too fast for me. Oops.
All right, grid is forming up here. We will see a gap, unfortunately, where Guido de Palma was. And, well, hopefully we see some good car racing around Imola. This is an excellent track. It breeds solid overtaking opportunities, but it also can breed carnage. So hopefully we get a lot more of the former and less of the latter. And it is an all ESR front row. So here we go on board with Romain Barthez from P4. Here we go. Somebody did not get off the line in the mid-pack there. Hopefully they are okay as they race down towards Tamburello. This is, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous first corners in all of motorsports. So hopefully everyone can get through here relatively well. We've got a slowdown penalty for abuse of track limits for Octavio Taraborelli. And the two ESR cars have gotten away with an excellent start. Josiah leading from Pedro Magalhães. Romain Barthez in third ahead of Taraborelli. And then it is Ariel Tony Mateus Gonzalez Pela as Taraborelli gets up the inside of Romain Barthez into third place.
I think Pela is the organization, isn't it?
Could be, but no one else has that tag.
Maybe he's a tryhard. I don't know.
Possible. Let us know, Mr. Julian Gonzalez Pela, if the Pela is part of your name or if it's part of the organization title.
Maybe he's just a big fan of Pele and he spelled it wrong.
That could also be true. I doubt that, though, because he is an Argentinian flag, and the Argentinians do not have good things to say about Pele.
You just don't understand punk rock.
Much like Brazilians do not have good things to say about Maradona.
With the hand of Gord.
Indeed.
And thus, Gordon reached down and touched that ball.
At the back of the pack, it is Mr. Costa and Enrique Banfi. Vic Vega down towards the back, as well as Leito Gomez Martinez. So problems for him. There is Ricardo Costa at the back of the pack. Enrico Banfi. There was someone who had a very cool livery that I don't think I've seen in kind of the mid-pack, so I'm hoping we get a look at that. Looks like it is whoever's... it looks like it's Mr. Pela. So there we go.
I weirdly really enjoy the simplicity of the KM livery with the slightly off-white with the purple stripe and the yellow highlights.
That's nice.
I like that.
It's this NVIDIA one that I was looking at. I like the car. I like the car.
It's gonna overheat and die before you get across the finish line.
To be honest, I've had less problems with my NVIDIA graphics cards than my Radeons.
That's not true at all.
No, it is very true, because you remember the Radeon is in my racing rig, which gave all kinds of problems when I installed the thing.
I just remember back in World of Tanks days, it's like, oh, they released new drivers, and now I can't play the game for a month.
Yeah, there definitely was that. Mateus Gonzalez going side by side with Ariel Zatoni for 5th place as they enter Piratella. Through Aqua Minerale, and they'll head up to Variante Alta next stop.
What about Uncle Alta?
Well, Variante is chicane.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that the ant was very, very ant.
Oh, somebody went very off there. I think that was Serge Hendricks. And, slowdown penalty for Serge Hendricks as well as Josiah Jerome.
Well, that's not good.
Well, Josiah's still out in front. We'll see a couple of those. Variante Alta and also Aqua Minerale will breed some slowdown penalties here today for sure. Leito Gomez Martinez charging through the field after his early problems. He's up to 13th. I'm wondering if he was the car that didn't get off the line, because it is the same livery. So it's either him or one of his teammates who failed to get off the line properly, and that might explain why he is so far back in the field, chasing down Adrian Elias there for 12th place.
I'm a slow man.
Victor Correa getting a slowdown penalty.
Some dog food for Victor tonight.
So something has happened to Pedro Magalhães, because he was right up with Josiah Jerome and now has dropped back into the clutches of Octavio Taraborelli, battle for 2nd place as they head into Piratella with Taraborelli, giving Byron what he wants.
It's your boy, Octavio, the master of the 8 tires, Taraborelli.
Into Aqua Minerale, Taraborelli all over the back end of Pedro Magalhães right now. but this is allowing Josiah Jerome to eke out a bit of a lead out front. It is up to over 2 seconds. Kind of a sloppy run through Alta there from Tara Borelli, but he is still on it and still 4/10 behind the second place car.
As long as you're not 11 tenths behind, you're still doing good.
Gomez Martinez has picked up a spot, but it looks like maybe Elias has gone off because he's down to 15th place. So we head on down, 7 laps to go. And Josiah Jerome is your leader. Tara Borelli looking for a move into Tamburello, but thinks better of it. Maybe he can position himself for a run through Villeneuve, but I think he's a little too far behind. We got a little ESR on ESR action here. Scott Nick getting overtaken by Simeon Naku for 10th place. On board with Scott Nick through Tamburello and then heading, Bonfi and Elias both getting track and limit abuse penalties. Scott Nick heading through Villeneuve up to Tosa. And Enrico Bonfi is trying to make up some ground there, but I think he's going to lose a spot to Luciano Ichazo, who moves into 16th place.
Little nudgy-touchy there on the pass.
A little bit, but nothing too bad.
I'd like to see a little bit more.
You always want to see a little bit more.
Little less conversation, a little more action.
Well, I mean, that's why you love the touring cars so much.
Correct.
They
are
rough and tumble.
The little bitty car, fucking, was it the minis? Was there a race series for the minis?
Not in Raceroom, so I'm thinking not.
I thought Andy Blade ran one for little bitty cars.
Oh, yeah. That was in it was Automobilista or Assetto Corsa. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. I enjoyed watching those. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I maintain that the smaller and more rugged cars are more fun to watch.
I think it's more the rugged than necessarily the smaller part. You're definitely a touring car slash kind of mini cup. You know what you would actually probably love in real life is the Nissan Micro Cup
possibly
in Canada.
I do enjoy the trophy trucks as well.
Yes,
stadium trucks, not trophy trucks.
Definitely.
I've learned the difference. No,
anything Robbie Gordon created, you probably will love.
That sounds good. It's a good benchmark to have.
Because Robbie Gordon is insane.
Anybody out there...
In good ways and bad ways.
Anybody out there listening to commentary not familiar with the dynamic here, I know nothing about racing at all. I'm not being obtuse or obsequious. I literally don't know what's going on, and I'm just here to be pretty.
He is here to be entertaining, and he does it quite well. As Vic Vega getting overtaken there by, I assume that is Ichazo. Yes, it is.
He's getting hardcore cock-blocked.
Well, yeah, we got a pair of teammates kind of working together a little bit here, but he gets the job done at Piratella.
Oh, my way.
Luciano Ichazo with the pass of the day up in 14th place.
Tag, you're it.
Rocking the Total livery.
Remus, more like Romulus.
Slowdown penalty for Mateus Gonzalez. So it's still Josiah Jerome leading, but getting eaten into a little bit by both Magalesh and Tara Borelli, who are up on your screen right now. They are second and third place. Roman Barthez, Mateus Gonzalez, Ariel Zatoni, Julian Gonzalez Pela, Serge Hendricks, Simeon Naku, Scott Nick up in 10th place, Justin XX in 11th place. He's having one of his better runs of the season. Andreas Elias, Luciano Ichazo, Justin XX is pointing the wrong direction. A little bit of side-by-side contact there, spun the Porsche.
I don't know if that knocked the X off him or added another one.
Added another one, I think. Vic Vega overtaking teammate Victor Correa.
Illegal.
Place. He did get a slowdown penalty, but it wasn't enough for Carrera to get his spot back. Although it looks like Carrera may have a problem. Looked like he was a little slow there. Enrico Banfi battling with Ricardo Costa and overtakes him for 18th place. Back to third place, Octavio Taraborelli trying to track down the ESR duo of Pedro Magalesh and Josiah Jerome at the front of the pack. He is very quick and making his way through Varianti Alta on the way to Ravassa. There we go. That's the corner I'm thinking of.
Leto Gomez Martinez.
Running in 11th place on the tail of our boy Scott Nick.
Indeed. Your boy Banfi, boy howdy. That guy's breaking all the rules.
I mean, Banfi is a very aggressive, very rugged driver. I think you'd actually love him.
I don't dislike him.
And running at 18th place at the moment.
I don't dislike him at all. I'm just saying, this boy might qualify for the Rule Breakers Convention, which is an annually held wrestling thing.
Are you saying he might be a complete racer?
No, let's not go that far. I mean, he's not winning. If he was cheating and winning, then we'd have a case.
Leto Gomez Martinez down the inside of Temporello.
Oh, cut him off. Shut him down. No, that didn't work.
I think he forced Scott Nick to take an evasive action there, but he was way too late on the brakes, and Scott Nick gets the place back.
Shut him down. Shut him down.
Pick up George Julian Gonzalez. Tracking down Ariel Zattoni. Somebody picked up a...
Did Banfi get another one?
I'm not sure. I didn't see the name.
Banfi.
Oh, my goodness.
Banfi. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Zattoni very off the track. That's going to pick up a spot for Gonzalez. Where is Zattoni going to rejoin? He was in the wall at the front of that car. Looks very damaged.
It's all right. It's more compact now.
It's going to drop him out of the top 10 for sure. And rejoins in 11th place, but he was running in a solid 6th place. And that car probably is not going to handle all that well for the remaining 4 laps. Josiah Jerome's gap lead has gotten down to 1.2 seconds. Interesting enough, though, Taraborelli has fallen back 1.8 from Magalesh. So Pedro has put on the afterburners and is making a late run for the victory and also shutting down Octavio. Enrico Banfi is exploring the outer track area. Roman Barthez has lost 4th place to Mateus Gonzalez. We'll see if he can strike back.
Can't remember. Somebody went across, cut a corner across the lawn once, and I made a joke about it being the Mexican shortcut. Somebody got real mad, and I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember who it was, but I do recall someone got very offended about the lawnmower comment.
But I don't think they understood what I was saying. I seem to remember there was just a giant miscommunication. But I do remember that Javier never really brought it up. And Javier is of Mexican heritage. So if Javier says, bro, that ain't cool.
I feel like Javier very much gets our sense of humor, though. Just as a general note. Josiah Jerome, track limit penalty.
Ooh. Man, you're out front. You don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he's pushing it that hard. That being said, Magalesh was cutting down into his lead a lot, so he's probably feeling a little bit of pressure.
Same team, bro. Same team.
Victor Correa finding his way back onto track. Vic Vega still on the tail of Luciano Ichazo, so he's making him work for it. That's good to see. Also, check out the 2020 WTCR liveries that are now available in the not the ESR, the Raceroom shop. They look very sharp. I particularly like the Zengo Cupra. It's
Make sure you buy all the Catgirl ones.
And there is a new WTCR car, the Renault Megane, for the 2020 season. So that's nice.
What's this about, Moses Nagant?
Megane.
Moses Nagant? With the garbage rod? Anybody? Okay, so there's a rifle called the Mosin Nagant.
Mm-hmm.
It's Russian. They made 90 billion of them. And they're all mediocre tier in every regard, except for one, which is ruggedness and reliability.
Yeah, they do that.
They will shoot, and they will keep shooting, and they will just keep shooting. Whether or not you hit the target at any kind of mediocre to long range, sort of not up to you at this point.
Josiah, come on, Josiah. Continuing to... I didn't see that one before. Continuing to abuse track limits.
He is going through a tropical depression.
The stewards are getting a little angry with him at this point. As Leto Gomez Martinez closes on Scott Nick. Battle for 9th place.
Enrico.
Slowdown penalty for Enrico Banfi. Scott Nick approaching Variante Alta. This is a good spot to go for an overtake. And you can tell that there is some thoughts going through Gomez Martinez's head. Luciano Ichazo, slowdown penalty. Josiah's lead 1.4 seconds, 1.1 suddenly over Magalesh.
Magalesh.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever tried to hook your boy Pedro up with that actual clip?
We have not.
I feel that we, and by we I mean you, have really let him down.
Oh, Leto.
That was slick.
That was slick into Tamburello. That was
like
overtake
that.
Of the day.
Scott, I'm sorry, but that was slick as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Perfect timing. Perfect.
Yoink. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna take this corner right here.
That was a very slick move. A lot of people try to make it very obvious that they're going for it in Tamburello, and it doesn't usually work. Right there, though, Leto, that was beautiful. Waited till the exact right moment to commit to making that overtake happen. Suckered Scott into a standard line and made it happen.
Your boy Pedro Magalesh with the slowdown just when he was within a second of Josiah Jerome.
Yeah, I think he may have hopped Aqua Minerale maybe to make that happen.
You're not supposed to ford the rapids, sir.
All right. Scott Nick, can he strike back? Suddenly, Gomez Pela is all over the back of Romain Barthez, who was looking very solid earlier on, but he's been backpedaling really ever since, and is down to 5th place right now, which is still a great run. But it does feel like he may have had something better. But we are headed to the finish line, and that is all she wrote for that particular battle. And it will be Leto taking home 9th place ahead of Scott Nick.
Does he have to serve that penalty before the race ends, or like what's the deal here?
The slowdown penalties are automatically basically handed out. It just basically cuts your throttle a little bit to slow you down.
That would be super awkward. DQ'd at the line. Didn't serve penalty.
Normally, it'll just add a generic time penalty to your time if you don't serve one. Usually doesn't result in a DQ.
Might be funny if it did.
The most famous example was, this is an old Zero race before we joined ESR. Mark Klapzul dove down the Casino Triangle at Suzuka, cut the track badly, went on to finish the race because it was the last lap, and it handed him a 60-second penalty. It was like, no, sir, that's not how this works.
Might I also add to the thing that Mark Klapzul is a human piece of garbage.
Raging hemorrhoid.
Wow, that guy is awful. If I were him, I'd change my name and move to some mountaintop in Tajikistan.
I mean, I think he has, because I think his Raceroom name has actually changed.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy's changed a lot of
for
identities.
Some Dr. Hander's name.
Yeah.
Dr. Handy.
And his portal name is now Baffert.
Oh, that's always been his
so he changed his other ID.
Yeah, it won't let you change your portal name. It'll only allow you to change your display name. Josiah Jerome is the winner. Fastest lap of the 45.8 goes to Pedro Magalhães, Tara Borelli, Gonzalez, Barthez, Julian Gonzalez, Hendricks, Nuku, Gomez Martinez, and Scott Nick round off your top 10. Everyone finished on the lead lap, so that's nice. And we get ready for the warm-up for number 2, and 2 cars are stacked on top of one another.
And then
there is race 1 winner Josiah Jerome. Do we think he can take the second race as well, Byron?
Well, I mean, since he's obviously going to be starting in 35th place, probably not.
It won't be 35th place.
We're doing a reverse grid, or like, what's the deal here?
Actually, Martin, could you fill us in on that? What is the reverse grid potential here?
Let me have a quick look. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. You think I remember what I ate yesterday? No. Hold on.
I remember what I ate yesterday because I ordered pizza again.
Mexican food.
Nice. That would be good.
That was a bad call, actually, before the race. I was paying for that during the race.
Well,
not in the traditional way, actually. My problem with Mexican food is I just end up with really bad dry mouth.
That's because of all the marijuana they put in it.
Could be. I was drinking a lot more water than is usual for my onboards.
Well, I mean, just do what I do. Whiskey.
So I cannot find the information.
Well, then I'm going to make it up.
Oh.
So today we're going to go with a top 2 reverse grid. And everybody else has to reverse grid behind that.
Oh.
So if you finished in 3rd, you have to start from last. But if you finished in 1st, you're only 2nd place.
I like it.
And you get to choose the Koenigsegg to race in the second race.
Oh.
But you don't get a warm-up.
Then my apologies.
So you might just spin out nonstop 24/7.
I believe Martin said top 10 reverse grid, so
that is correct.
That means Scott Nick's gonna start on pole. Interesting.
Nice. Nick to the front.
You'll have to remember that pass when we hand out the Driver of the Day award.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely for sure.
I'd like to alert all Scott Nick fans, he will be starting in 1st place for this race.
Just checking on Tony Valentine's ESR licensing test that he is doing to figure out where he's going to be for the Enduro Series.
Justin XX from Tug Nuts Racing International.
My mouse was not working there for a second. Interesting.
Wow, welcome to my world.
Well, it wasn't the same problem. It was just kind of frozen in place. I think probably the computer. The computer was probably the actual problem.
Hey, we got Pedro in the chat. Pedro, why you break the rules? You were within a second of this man.
I mean, you can do donuts at the end. That's always fun.
Reverse J-turn to finish the race.
Mr. Tony Valentine came in and was like, I want to run the 911. And I'm like, oh, and someone, I can't remember who it was, somebody warned me that he was going to run the 911. They're like, Mike's going to flip. He's going to run the 911. Mike doesn't like it when new people run the 911. Which is true, because it's the most difficult car in ACC to drive. Why does everyone pick it? Why?
Because they all had that poster when they were 5 years old.
He's actually gone about 4/10 faster now that he swapped over to the McLaren 720S. So again, stop doing the Porsche, guys. Do something else and graduate to the Porsche eventually. That's how that works.
Just imagine how much faster he could go if he was in the 1080S.
I agree.
Or the 4KS.
Do what Martin does and pick like the Aston Martin for your first run in ACC. That's how that works.
Martin, is there any truth to the rumor that you're actually changing your name legally to have a hyphenated first name so you can be Aston Martin?
Good.
And then sue the company? How dare you use my name?
I mean, the company's been around longer than he's been alive. Oh,
hey.
Lato getting a little spin on in Varianti Alta there.
I hear that Scott Nick's going to do donuts to start the race, let alone end the race.
That would be probably ill-advised.
I don't know. He could knock out a lot of guys.
All right, we got the grid shaping up here. It will be Scott Nick leading the way at the front of the pack.
Choo-choo.
He'll be joined on the front row by Duke Lato himself. And then it'll be Serge Hendricks in I can't remember if it was Simeon or Serge who finished 8th, but either way, they'll be row 2. We got
the official Tugas Racing in the chat. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
I've tried not to make too many Tug Nuts racing jokes because I'm trying to keep it lighthearted here.
Who's your favorite goalkeeper there, Byron? Ron Tugnut?
Could be Ron Tugnut.
All right, here we go. Scott Nick leads the way from Gomez Martinez, Niku, Hendricks, and Gonzalez Pela. Here we go for round 2, or race number 2 at Imola.
Round number 17.
We head down to Tamburello again. The very, very dangerous turn. Good start by Lato. He's putting the pressure on Scott Nick, but Nick's got the inside line. But we know he abused him at Tamburello once before, and he does it again to take the lead.
Yoink.
Lato Gomez Martinez, a.k.a. the Dominator of Tamburello, is in the lead. Josiah Jerome got off to a bad start. He is down to 14th position, and Pedro Magalesh is at the back of the pack. Did the two ESR leaders stumble over each other?
Yes.
We didn't see it on camera. It is Gomez Martinez leading from Nick, Naku, Hendricks, Gonzalez, Barthez, Taraborelli. Zatoni's up to 8th. He's had a fantastic start to this race. Followed by Gonzalez and Elias.
Make sure to buy the new album by Ariel and the Z-Tones.
Picking up JJG. That might be just easier. Just go with JJG for his name because it's so goddamn low.
Jorge Julian Gonzalez.
Indeed. Currently running in 5th position, trying to catch up with the ESR crew of Hendricks, Niku, and Nick. And we have our first slowdown penalty going to Octavio Taraborelli.
I'm a slow man. Hey, Megalish. What
Pedro got one as well. Pedro is well off the back. I wonder if he has some damage.
It's probably Scott's fault.
Side by side between JJG, and he is going to take that position away from Serge Hendricks, I think. And Taraborelli might be coming with. Octavio Taraborelli's in a great spot with the two guys that beat him last race maybe stumbling over one another. And now he's just got to deal with guys like Roman Barthez and some guys who finished towards the back end of the top 10 in race 1.
Octavio, how dare you?
He is making a meal out of those slowdown penalties, though.
All aboard the pain train.
Down the inside he goes into Variante Villeneuve and picks up another slowdown penalty, apparently. Serge Hendricks is tumbling back through the order right now. He's off kilter and losing spots right, left, and center. Through goes Ariel Zatoni and Mateus Gonzalez.
See.
Hendricks down to 9th place now. Magalesh is out of last place, but it looks like that might be because Ricardo Costa might be done. He just dropped back to over 32 seconds behind. Josiah Jerome picks off Vic Vega for 11th place.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Porch 911 Cup, where you call 911 while sitting on your porch and see if you can get away with it.
Looks like Magalesh is damage-free, running in 18th position. Justin XX under pressure from Adrian Elias, who's under pressure from Luciano Ichazo. Ichazo once again trying to get to where we more associate with him being. He was towards the back for most of. Oh, Elias with a dangerous move there into Ravazza. It gets the job done, and there's somebody off the track as well who is dropping through the order. I think that's Nicholas Cortez.
Michael.
Yes.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. Somebody very off the track there. That is Victor Correa.
Victor Correa.
Dropping back through the order. Have you seen the Lana Rampage episode of Archer yet?
Isn't that the same one as the Archer Rampage one?
No. It's basically the reverse. It's Lana on a rampage and Archer with the camera.
Oh, nice. No, I haven't seen. I haven't watched any Archer for a long time.
I haven't either, but I saw that. JJG is. No! And he collected someone from ESR. Bad rejoin.
Good collection.
Look at the ESR driver almost bad rejoined as well. Who was that got clipped? It is Ariel Zatoni. More bad luck for him.
Scott Nick still technically almost winning. But Duke Leto is pulling ahead.
Duke Leto is pulling it out ahead of Scott Nick and Simeon Naku. Enrico Bonfi with some interesting driving going on there.
That seems to be the case today.
But yeah, someone has Lana's daughter, and she goes full rampage with Archer going like, Lana, you got to pace yourself. I know this. I did the rampage thing. You got to start slow and work your way up.
I didn't know Lana had a daughter.
Yeah, she does in the newer seasons.
I don't believe that, but okay.
Serge Hendricks losing a spot there to Mateus Gonzalez. Hendricks is suddenly back up in 7th place, so all this carnage has really worked out for him. Vic Vega with a slowdown penalty. We ride on board with Serge Hendricks heading down to Tamburello against Mateus Gonzalez. He's looking to the outside. Gonzalez goes defensive. He's going to let Hendricks carry more speed and gets the job done. Serge up to 6th place. Simeon Naku getting through. That's the second time today Scott Nick has just let Simeon Naku through.
Probably the best bet.
Being the teammate.
Well, that end, I mean, Naku, I think, is the faster driver, so you could spend a lot of time.
Oh no! But it ends up sending Nick very wide. Octavio Taraborelli looking for a way through. Roman Barthez found a way through up into 3rd place as well.
So
and
yes, he's your teammate, but you could also spend all day trying to defend him and slowing everybody down.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at. Good teammate, letting the faster member of the ESR crew through.
Maybe. Now we just need Scott to get up there and torpedo those two motherfuckers. I mean, did I say that out loud?
We here at ESR value fair driving and in no way encourage torpedo antics.
Correct. Oh no. Except we enjoy it when people torpedo the wall.
One of the Tugas guys was in the wall there.
Could be Victor Vega.
Yeah, I think it's Correa, actually, that was... nope. It is Vic Vega.
Victor Vega to the back.
Magalesh is up into 12th place, and Josiah Jerome is up into 7th, so they're coming through the field. And that is, in fact, Josiah... Oh, no, that's Scott Nick, the further back ESR car. That is the
Here
car.
Comes the Roman bathhouse.
Barthez versus Taraborelli going in the favor of Octavio Taraborelli right now. Can Simeon hang on against these two very fast drivers? And in the meantime, can Ledo Gomez Martinez walk away like he is doing right now?
Octavio El Pulpo Taraborelli. Ooh, a little nudgy.
Taraborelli wants through. He wants a shot at the win. And right now, his most immediate problem is getting past Simeon Naku. They head up towards Piratella. Very wide there. No track limit warning, though. Aqua
I mean,
Minerale.
Rustin's car was still on track.
Piratella sometimes has some very strict track limits, about even 2 wheels off. Down the inside, Varianti Alta. Is he going to force it at Alta? No, he tucks in behind. The Q retains second place for the time being. Josiah Jerome up into 6th place. And Naku fighting hard. Nicholas Cortez running afoul of track limits. This might give Roman Barthez a really good shot here at Terrabarelli, and it might even give Scott Nick a shot with how hard Naku is defending.
Octavio the Terrible Terrabarelli.
Octavio looking down the inside into Tamburello. Can he make it happen?
Well, sorry, El Terrible. I'm trying to be.
He's got it.
Spanglified.
He's got it. Octavio into 2nd place.
And he gone. All right, Scott. Pit maneuver. Here you go.
Josiah Jerome is joined on the back of the queue. He is the last of the cars there. Simeon Naku messed up a little bit through Villeneuve, but he managed to shove Barthez a bit wide. No, he loses the car! Into the wall. No, Simeon.
Bunch of monkey shines for Simeon.
Oh, and he's going to have to rejoin very awkwardly as well, dropping out of the top 10. Promotes Josiah Jerome into 5th place on the tail of teammate Scott Nick, who probably will let him through.
Scott Nick with the mean machine. Scott Nick. Whoa, that got a little close.
It did. It did. Mateus Gonzalez on the tail of Serge Hendricks. And behind him is JJG.
Functionally correct.
And Josiah moving on through, I think, shortly here. Should have the inside line through Tamburello. And indeed does have the place. That is 4th place for Josiah Jerome.
At this point, we have an all-Argentine podium.
We do. Duke Leto leading from Terrabarelli and Roman Barthez.
Duke Leto has led since, after the first corner.
Yeah. Ariel Zatoni trying to get past Adrian Elias.
Well, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but you better finish this race pretty soon because I just ran out of gin.
Adrian Elias overcooks it a little bit and loses 10th place. Vic Vega picking up a slowdown penalty for track limit abuse.
Wow. And you know what we do with abusers?
Give him a slowdown penalty.
Yeah. And you have to wear the James May mask.
Serge Hendricks now all over the back of teammate Scott Nick. They head into Varianti Alta.
I'm not going to lie. Since getting this new job and having a much higher
income
wage scale, I may or may not have ordered just like a giant box of, quote, boneless wings, essentially chicken nuggets, on 2 or 3 occasions.
Ooh, track limit abuse penalty for Pedro Magalhaes. By the way, Scott Nick letting Serge Hendricks through up into 5th place. And a track limits penalty for Ricardo Costa. Costa's made a nice little comeback. Congratulations to him. He was down over 30 seconds and now is only about 6 seconds off of Enrico Banfi. So that's good to see.
Everybody watch out for the new rework of the Metallica song. It will be called Wherever I J Roam.
Simeon Niku trying to fight his way back past Adrian Elias and Luciano E. Chazzo. Who is it that's dropped back out of the top? Oh, it's Zatoni. More bad luck for Ariel Zatoni. Ouch.
Enrico, why you do this?
Enrico. Whoa. What's going on with Luciano Chazzo here? He is losing power.
Ran out of solar power.
Dropped down to 14th place.
His car runs on hydroelectric and it just kind of ran out of juice.
Seems to be moving now. I don't know what that was because I didn't see a slowdown penalty appear for him. As he looks down the inside of Ariel Zatoni and gets that spot.
His cat probably bit him on the elbow.
It could be. Romain Barthez bullied out of a podium spot by Josiah Jerome. Teenager on the charge. Teenager with Barry White's voice on the charge.
Woman.
Heading up to Tosa.
Toasty.
So it is still Gomez Martinez being caught by Tara Borelli. We'll see if Josiah Jerome can do the same. Barthez 4th. Hendricks 5th. JJG 6th. Scott Nick. Pedro Magalesh. Mateus Gonzalez. And Adrian Elias is in the top 10 still. Scott Nick about to be overtaken by yet another ESR teammate as Pedro Magalesh comes through into 7th place.
By God, he got him with a Hurricane Rana.
Josiah Jerome pushing hard, and Barthez has lost his spot to Serge Hendricks, who he was quite a ways ahead of, so Barthez must have made a mistake. He just dropped back to 5th place.
Do you think it was a spelling error?
Not that kind of mistake.
Oh,
there
okay.
he is in front of this battle between JJG and Pedro Magalesh. Does JJG think that he can really walk away from a guy like Pedro Magalesh? Because he can't. He lost 6th place.
Pedro the Pedro McPedro. We have a Pedro and we have an Octavia. I mean,
we just need a the.
Indeed.
For those unaware of the MMA fandom, Pedro Octavio is perhaps the dumbest name in all of MMA. As Barthez loses the spot to Pedro Magalesh. I mean, we thought the wrestling style, tattoo your own name on your body is bad. It's particularly bad when you go with your nickname is your name. Elias shuts the door on Ichazo, but does lose the spot to Cortez.
He's coming, and Heck is coming.
He's looking to come back at him at Ravaza though, but that is shut down by Cortez.
Shut him down.
Simeon Niku got through earlier, by the way, back up into the top 10. And whoa, Cortez, very off the track there. Oh, hold it! Don't go in the wall. There we go.
Undercorrect, overcorrect. Oh my God.
Just got into the top. Cortez, every time he gets in the top 10, makes a mistake. It's cursed at this point for him. And Adrian Elias gets back into 11th as a result.
Your boy Duke Leto no longer first place.
Indeed, Octavio Taraborelli has taken that spot, and Justin XX off the track at Tamburello.
Do you think your boy XX is sort of one of them tentacle action guys? Isn't that the name of that rapper, XX Tentacle Action?
I gotta say though, as the battle here for 11th place continues, Josiah Jerome is eating into the lead in a huge way. He's now only a 10th behind Gomez Martinez, and who's only about a second behind Tara Borelli. So he is very in this right now, and in fact, looking for the overtake on our screens right now against Leito Gomez Martinez.
Mike, can you give us a quick synopsis? Oh, look, there it is.
That is the synopsis right there.
It's pretty quick, too.
Yeah, it is.
Go get you, go get you. Josiah Jerome has gone from 93rd place all the way up to 3rd and is looking to overtake into 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
He could possibly be the greatest driver from any tropical island he's ever claimed to be from.
Defensive moves here from Gomez Martinez into Tamburello. It works for now. Oh, Josiah came back at him hard. Looking for a way through. Not
the
really
only
sure
thing deeper than his talent pool is his voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Josiah Jerome.
Not really sure I love that little double move there through Villeneuve, but it did not catch him this time.
Everybody knows double move doesn't work. You have to do the triple deke. So it's in the Mighty Ducks. You got to do it.
And it still is Gomez Martinez holding on against Josiah Jerome through Tosa. Next up is Piratella. Josiah Jerome looking to make a move maybe into Varianti Alta. So I don't think he's in position to make one into Aqua Minerale here.
Who wants to slow down with Elias?
Adrian Elias gets the track limit abuse penalty. Is that his first one? That might be his first one.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is I think if Banffy gets 2 more, he's in line for like he might win a ticket to a trip for 2 to Hawaii or something. Congratulations, you're our 100th customer.
Just be the 10th driver to cut Variante Alta, and you too can go to Hawaii.
Josiah Jerome almost gonna win now.
It's gonna be tough. He needs to get past Duke Leto here, who's been putting up a staunch defense here of 2nd place. Going defensive again towards Tamburello. Can Josiah get it? We saw a really sweet overtake earlier into Tamburello, but this is not going to rival that. Meantime, Pedro Magalhaes getting past Serge Hendricks, which I think was a relatively assisted overtake.
Make sure to put Tamburelli through Tamburello on your tumbler.
Mm-hmm. Into...
little touchy-feely. Little touchy-feely.
Side-by-side nudging into Tosa.
Josiah
got the better run. Josiah got the better run, and he's going to take it. Needs to shut the door here into Piratella. And he does. Next up will be Aqua Minerale.
7 more laps. What are the odds?
He caught up very quickly to Tara Borelli earlier, but the question is, was Tara Borelli going full tilt or just kind of like, relaxed pace being in first place? That's the question.
I don't know. All I know is usually at this point, somebody harpoons Jerome.
It's been a while since we've seen Josiah Jerome battling at the front, so it is good to see. Brought his A game today. Roman Barthez is a guy who has not brought his A game, though. The single lap pace is there. Did great in qualifying. But this 2nd race, he's just been stumbling backwards. And now has lost a spot to JJG.
Roman and the Masters of the Universe.
Looking further down the order to see if anyone's really been on a charge, but I'm not really seeing any big changes. Serge Hendricks getting a slowdown penalty as we pick up Ariel Zattoni, who's been battling with Luciano Echazo for a number of laps. They finally have put some gap between them and Adrian Elias, though. Serge Hendricks dropping back. What happened there?
He was overtaken.
He was up in 5th place. Now he's back to 9th. Must have made a relatively large mistake, I would have to think.
I believe it was the live Gila monster we let loose in Simrig.
Well, we'll see if he can fight back against. That is Matthias Gonzalez ahead of him. Rico Bavi, slowdown penalty.
You win the trip to Hawaii, sir.
Gap between Josiah Jerome and Tara Borelli down to about 3 seconds. Check in on that later. Oh, Scott Nick made a bad run through Alta there and lost the spot to Matheus Gonzalez as a result, and he closes the door on teammate Serge Hendricks.
It's time to start firing the EMPs.
Hendricks, Nick, and Naku are back together again, and they were at one point second, third, and fourth. Now they are at 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Josiah is closing the gap to first place.
And it's down to 2 seconds. He's taken about a second off of him in the last 2 laps. Very nice. I think he's got a shot. It might come down to a last lap showdown, though.
But if he wins, will they make him choose Trinidad or Tobago?
The answer is Tobago.
That's because it sounds like Winnebago.
I mean, that is part of it. I was watching a movie the other night, and Wes Chatham shows up in the movie as a camera guy. And I'm just like, no, don't trust it. He's not a camera guy. He is that guy. Wes Chatham is officially just Amos Burton in my head. I can't end it. Scott Nick giving up a spot there to Serge Hendricks. Now, that one I don't really like because he's given up that spot, I think, way too late for Hendricks to charge back after Matheus Gonzalez. My roommate keeps slamming my door to try to close it. The problem is it reopens. I don't know how to tell him about that. Tell him this. It's slightly out of like alignment in the frame, so it just kind of rolls back open again. Like there's no point in slamming it.
You should probably just go say that to him.
I have told him that before. He refuses to stop.
Well, it's time for somebody to lose a finger then.
I mean, it's whatever. You just guys hear a faint sound of my door slamming. That's all. It's not like he's slamming it hard or anything. I'm just like, I don't know how to tell him this. It's not going to stay closed.
Well, then it's time to lock everybody else in their room. I think that's the only just way to do it.
I mean, I feel like that's probably not the answer.
What?
You need a leveler.
Ariel Zattoni, Luciano Achazzo, longtime rivals, longtime friends. And Achazzo gets a little bit wide there through Villeneuve, and it will allow Ariel Zattoni up into 11th place. Ariel's had a bit of a rough run here today. I think his pace probably warrants a bit more than what he's going to get. He kind of took himself out in race 1 when he spun off there and hit the wall, and then this race he got collected. I want to say it was by JJG, but I can't honestly recall. And that has put him towards the back with some significant damage to the car. Scott Nick with a track limit abuse penalty.
Oh yeah, by the way, Jerome's in first place.
He is, and we missed it. He's actually pulled that over a half second already.
Busy torturing your roommates.
Please, sir, if I was torturing the roommates, there'd be a car battery involved.
Josiah Jerome was sickest pass of the year, but we didn't see it because Martin's horrible. I mean, Martin.
We rely on the auto director for a lot of the action, and that's just all there is to it. And it's not like the auto director wasn't showing us interesting stuff. It is what it is. So Pedro Magalhães is looking to get on the podium. He's got Duke, Lado, Gomez, Martinez. 3 laps to go. Can Pedro do it, Byron? What do you think?
Yes, maybe, probably, maybe not.
Probably the answer is correct. He is within a second, but I have to say, Gomez Martinez put up a fantastic fight against Josiah Jerome earlier. We'll see if he can do the same here.
He's only got 3 more laps to do it in.
True. So it is Jerome, Taraborelli, Gomez Martinez, Magalhães, JJG, Barthez, Gonzalez, Hendricks, Niku, your top 10. Then it is this group of 3 right here. Ariel Zatoni, Luciano Echazo, and Andreas Elias. Cortez, XX, Correa, Bonfi, Costa, and I think we've lost Vic Vega from the race.
These are possible statements.
Indeed, he is in the pit lane.
Victor Vega from deepest, darkest England.
Octavio Taraborelli is still within striking distance of Josiah Jerome. So Josiah's got to drive a pretty clean race from this point onwards to take the double here at Imola. Luciano Echazo. So my interesting story, and Byron, I think will find this interesting about Imola, is so back in the early 2000s, I was big on the Formula 1 games by EA Sports, and this track was always the one you didn't really want to race, and the reason was the AI had no idea how to handle the last chicane, which is no longer there. They would just pile up in it, and there would be a massive crash, and every time you would race this track, there'd be like 5 cars that would actually make it to the end of the race.
Oh, man,
Like, it sounds like EA.
Even in a short race, it's just they had no idea. If that last chicane was just, the AI was like, I don't know how to do this.
It definitely sounds like EA to me. EA Sports. What a shame.
I don't know. The EA Sports games are generally okay. It's when they venture outside of sports that they fuck up hard.
And start bankrupting companies.
Yeah. In the meantime, Pedro Magalhães.
You gonna do it?
Job done.
Boy, gonna do it.
Variante Alta. Taraborelli getting a slowdown penalty.
Whoa. Time to aim for second place.
Lado's still in this. Lado's got the inside line, or the outside line into Ravassa, which means he can carry more speed. But Magalhães has track position. And contact sends Duke Lado off. I'd have to look at that. I'd have to look at that because one of those cars came into the other one's lane, and I'm not honestly sure who did it.
I'm going to go ahead and blame Scott Nick for this one.
Either that or Lado just didn't realize that Magalhães was going to try to take as much of the racing line as possible. But definitely might be something for the stewards to look at. As he's going to lose a spot to JJG here, I think, as well. Because that car looks like it's a little bit hobbled right now.
You're only saying that because it's only got 1 tire left.
It's got all 4 tires, but the body language is not that of a entirely intact car. Roman Barthez and Mateus Gonzalez on the back of this as well.
Oh, my goodness.
We are on the last lap. Porsche 911 Cup race here at Imola. Top 3 look like they're pretty well settled, but the battle for 4th place is a 4-car if fair, and it is Gomez Martinez, JJG, Roman Barthez, and Mateus Gonzalez. Who's going to take it home, Byron? Who do you think? Who's your money on?
Scott Nick.
I mean, if they all take each other out and Hendricks loses a wheel, yeah.
It's going to be like an 8-man pit maneuver.
Interesting. You heard it here from Byron. He's calling for some weird shit here on the last lap.
Hell yeah.
I think, unfortunately, Lado Gomez has found it out. Has found the gap. Thing is, the hobble part of the car may have just been some dirty tires. Looks like he's okay. Scott Nick with a slowdown penalty.
It's all part of the plan.
And your winner is Josiah Jerome. Checkered flag is out. Tara Borelli will be on the podium with him, as well as Magalesh.
Well, I wonder if your boy Magalesh is going to do some donuts.
We'll see. As they come across the line, it is Duke Lado, followed by JJG, then Barthez, then Gonzalez. As we find Serge Hendricks coming home in 8th place. He had an eventful race. Could have been more, could have been less.
I believe at one point he was all the way down in 137th place.
Scott Nick picking up 9th ahead of Simeon Naku. And then it is Luciano Ichazo. And it looks like Ariel Zattoni had an accident sometime after we were last with him, because he's back down in 14th place. Adrian Elias comes home in 12th, followed by Nicholas Cortez, who had a very active race. Ariel Zattoni in 14th place. Justin XX looks like he'll take home 15th, ahead of Victor Correa, Ricardo Costa, and Enrico Banfi. Vic Vega, your DNF for the day. Looks like one of the, there we go.
Yay!
Donuts. It's a little dangerous with those donuts, kind of coming into the racetrack there. But end of the race, Magalesh with a hard-earned 3rd place, although I like Enrico Banfi slowdown penalty continuing to abuse track limits.
Hell yeah.
So we need the driver of the day.
That would be
I gotta go Josiah, double win.
Mike Stoffmeal, just to be a dick. No, yeah, obviously Josiah had a pretty tough go of it in the second race and still won.
Honorable mention to Lado, who had an amazing pass in race 1. Pass of the day, but it is very, very hard to argue with a double win when it comes to driver of the day, as a 30-second penalty comes in for Enrico Banfi at the end. So I thought the action was really good there. Very, very solid. We got 2 excellent races here. Imola will do that. It's an excellent classic racetrack, and it will do everything you want it to do in terms of creating action and activity. And I don't really have much else to add other than a congratulations to everybody.
No, everybody go get drunk.
Fluffy Jerome says, I am speed.
He is indeed speed. Not only speed, but slightly maneuverable as well.
Mm-hmm. We're still streaming.
I don't know.
We are still streaming. I can see it. He hasn't pressed the stop button.
Are we not streaming? Have we not been streaming the whole time?
We've been streaming the whole time, yes.
Oh, okay.